Seagulls are often called the rats of the sky. These raucous birds are aggressive scavengers, known for harassing people and animals that have the temerity to eat on their patch. Their indiscriminate appetite may make you wonder, what do seagulls eat? The better question to ask would be, what don't they eat? In a nutshell, seagulls will eat pretty much anything, including most of what we eat, but their method of eating is pretty rough. Look at this clip of brutal seagulls teaming up on a grassland. As is always the case, that one seagull is hungry for a rabbit lying dead in front of it. So what is a better way to enjoy a big meal than by swallowing it in one big gulp? It seems another seagull is just here to observe the situation and watch his brother enjoy that meal. After adjusting the rabbit properly in its beak, it tosses it up and swallows it whole. It's a compelling, if rather gruesome, sight. After watching this clip, you can guess that the seagull is a hungry bird always looking for food and can eat up to 20% of its body weight every day. On average, each bird weighs under 1 kilo and can eat more than 250 grams of food a day. They will snatch snacks from your hands, but other than snacks, they are good at swallowing a whole pigeon too. This is the horrific moment. A bloodthirsty seagull mauls a poor pigeon to death. After bashing it against the pavement a few times, the seagull hurls the pigeon into the air and opens its beak. It then jerks its body up and down as it tries to swallow the bird in uncomfortable scenes. It even swallows the bird's wings and feet after opening its throat and jaw as wide as possible. Now, this is a horrifying sight one can witness. Since they are always looking for food, let us tell you how good they are at finding it. Seagulls can detect food from over 3 miles away. This is possible because they use sensitive nerve endings called Jacobson's organs inside their nostrils. This ability to detect food is a crucial factor in the survival of many species of seagulls. In this next clip, look at this seagull with a fish in front of it. Now, we are not sure why the fisherman did not want the fish he caught, but a seagull seems happy to feed on it. First, it starts pecking on the fish for whatever reason, but when it is done with it, he picks the fish up and shoves it into its throat, head first. The fish slowly slides down its throat and is done. Quite a meal that was. Seagulls have incredible vision. They can see clearly from as far away as 2 miles. This is because their eyes are set at the side of their head, giving them a panoramic view. This means that seagulls are able to spot food from far, far away, and likely are aware of all of the best food spots. Here are some adorable seagull chicks. Although they are very young, the show they put on with this dead animal body is quite brutal. They use it as a toy to play around with. Parent seagull is also around probably, teaching them how to be a seagull and their ancestral ways of eating a dead animal. They are stillborn but have innate brutality visible, and just like their parents, these chicks will soon be able to swallow their food whole. Seagulls have excellent memories and can remember specific people's faces and places where food has been hidden from days ago. Seagulls also recognize other seagulls who they associate with as friends or enemies by their calls, and enemies are not welcome in their colonies. In this next brutal clip, a seagull can be seen dealing with something violently. When you look up close, it is a squirrel that is barely alive in the jaws of that seagull. Attacking it with its beak again and again, this seagull is making sure it is dead before swallowing it. It is easier to swallow animals when they are dead. Now, after several minutes of dragging the squirrel on a hard surface, it seems motionless and perhaps dead and ready. And now comes the fun part for the gull as it swallows that poor squirrel down its throat, while the other squirrel, probably his lover, watches from a distance. As we were sharing about seagulls' excellent memories, researchers have found that seagulls are able to identify and remember individual people, especially those who feed them or otherwise interact with them. This is evidence that seagulls have sophisticated facial recognition abilities and may be able to distinguish between different human emotions based on body language and voices. The next horrific video is of a gull killing a pigeon in a public place. Still watching? How about leave a like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update? Near a road somewhere in France, this seagull manages to catch a pigeon mid-air and drag it to the ground in a park. As you can see, the poor pigeon is trying to fight for its life pretty hard, but seagull jaws are quite the art of God. They are so strong that it doesn't seem bothered at all. A girl in the park tried to save the life of this poor pigeon, but the seagull flies away from her with that pigeon still in its jaws. Now the seagull is flying around with a pigeon in its beak and hitting it on the ground whenever it gets the chance. After some time, the pigeon seems motionless, and the seagull knows that its meal is ready and no one is coming to snatch it. We did not see what happened next, but we can imagine, can't we? Seagulls mate for life and form a lifelong bond with their partner. They work as a team to find food, protect the nest, and raise chicks. The male seagull brings most of the food, while the female cares for the eggs or young chicks at home. But when do they bring the food home? So far, from what we saw, they swallow their catch right away. Like this gull, who caught a rat without showing any fear as there are humans nearby. The seagull grabbed a rat from the floor, and from the looks of it, it is a huge rat. While balancing its body, the seagull tried to chow it down. It appears the seagull will choke any time now, but after trying hard, it was able to get it down its throat. There's just no stopping seagulls. Seagulls have a social framework, and this framework within which they function is solid. They all get together to corner any intruders who dare encroach upon their colonies. In some cases, predators have been known to drown. Seagull colonies vary in size. While some colonies comprise just a few birds, others consist of thousands of seagulls. Within larger breeding colonies, couples that are breeding also make sure to protect their nest and territory from other seagull couples. This seagull, on the other hand, went completely rogue by trying to eat a big black starfish. At first, it seems delicious and easy to swallow, until it swallows half of it and realizes it is in trouble as the remaining half of the starfish is now stuck. The seagull holds the starfish in its mouth as half of its body sticks out of the seagull's mouth and looks around for a way to make it easier to swallow that starfish. In this case, the seagull probably chose the wrong-shaped animal. Now, some predators do hunt seagulls, and as we told you earlier, they are very intelligent. They fly in an erratic pattern to protect themselves from predators. This behavior is called jinking, and its aim is to confuse any predator that may be pursuing them. Their patterns are unpredictable and always changing, which makes it hard for predators such as falcons or hawks to know what they're going to do next. Another seagull swallowing video? Now, we don't know if it's the revenge for Steve Irwin, but this seagull managed to catch and kill a stingray. And now the time comes for the thing you are all here for. Yes, time to swallow it whole. The seagull tried a few different approaches, and on the third attempt, it was able to get the right angle and smoothly slide it down its throat. That was fast. So nothing is impossible to swallow. Like this seagull standing at a beautiful-looking spot, it seems the seagull was able to kill yet another rabbit, the rabbit in this video. The rabbit is plump and ready for a seagull to eat. After enjoying a few peaceful moments, the seagull picks up the rabbit, tosses it around, and uses the same head-first approach to start gulping the rabbit to swallow this meal whole. And in a matter of seconds, it is done. Well, as we saw, these birds can be brutal when it comes to getting what they want. Stealing or hunting, they stop at nothing. With that, we conclude our video today. And if you want more of these gulls, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.